There's a power in not reacting, in looking at something, even something tempting, and choosing to disregard it. Law 40 teaches just that. Despise what you cannot have. Ignoring is power.
It goes against our instincts, right? We're trained to chase, to prove, to want what's out of reach. But Greene says, don't chase, don't crave, despise it.
Because the moment you show need, you lower your value. Desire, in the world of power, is a weakness if it's visible.
And desperation? It's magnetic, in the worst way. People smell it, they use it, they control you through it.
That's why this law hits so hard. It tells you if something is denied to you, if someone withholds access, attention, or approval, don't fight for it, dismiss it.
Not to be petty, but to protect your frame, because when you act like something matters too much, it gains power over you, even if it's worthless.
Think of the free lunch Greene talks about. Nothing is truly free. Every handout has a hook. Every gift has a price.
And when you accept what's free, or worse, beg for it, you enter a position of debt. You owe. You lose leverage.
That's the deeper layer here. This law isn't just about ignoring rejection. It's about curating what you value, refusing to assign power to what doesn't serve you.
It's a discipline of the mind, to look at something desirable and decide it's beneath you, not because it isn't good, but because chasing it would cost your power.
And the most powerful people, they don't just accept that loss, they frame it. They act like it was a choice, like they walked away on purpose.
And in doing that, they shift perception. They become the one in control, even when they were denied.
That's the brilliance of this law. You rewrite the meaning of loss. You make not having look like not needing.
There's something deeply unsettling about being ignored. It activates insecurity, doubt, even obsession. And that's what makes this law so powerful.
Exactly. Indifference is a mirror. It reflects the other person's need. And when that reflection hits, it creates imbalance. They start chasing you.
Because in any dynamic of power, the one who needs less controls more. When you're unattached, you become magnetic. When you seem hungry, you become replaceable.
And it's not just about romantic or social dynamics. This plays out in business, politics, negotiations. Whoever doesn't flinch holds the upper hand.
That's why Greene is so sharp about the free lunch idea. He's not just warning you about favors, he's warning you about anything that lowers your sense of independence.
Because nothing's really free. That compliment, that opportunity, that gift. If it comes with strings, it's bait. And if you bite, you've given up positioning.
So instead, you train yourself to walk away from what flatters you, from what rejects you, from what dangles itself in front of you to test your hunger.
It's an emotional muscle. You learn to not respond, to not explain, to not chase, not because you don't care, but because you care more about your center than their game.
And the irony? When you master that silence, people come back. They wonder why you're calm, why you didn't beg, why you disappeared instead of defending.
And that creates mystique, power, control. You didn't need to fight. You just needed to vanish and let them feel the absence.
We underestimate the value of silence. We think power is about presence, but sometimes power is removal, not being available, not reacting.
Because your reaction is a resource, and if you give it to the wrong thing, a rejection, a distraction, a false opportunity, you deplete yourself.
So Greene's point is clear. Don't just avoid what you can't have. Look down on it. Frame it as unworthy. And in doing that, you rise above.
It's not denial, it's elevation. You don't reduce yourself to meet what denies you. You elevate your standard and let it disqualify itself. One of the most interesting parts of this law is how it reframes rejection. Greene doesn't just say, move on. He says, reject it back. Despise what rejected you.
That word, despise, is strong. It's not passive. It's not, oh well, I guess I didn't get it. It's an active reversal. You remove its power by reclassifying it as beneath you.
It's a mental pivot. You change the meaning of what happened. Instead of seeing rejection as loss, you treat it as exposure. Like, Ah, now I see it for what it truly is.
And in doing that, you stay in control of your own narrative. You don't let someone else's gatekeeping define your value. You define it by choosing what's worth your time.
It's also a powerful boundary, because when you despise what you can't have, you stop obsessing over it. You shut down the mental loops, and that gives you energy back.
Let's be honest, desire drains, especially desire for things that are resisting you. You start adjusting yourself to win approval. You bend, shrink, chase, and that erodes your identity.
Exactly. So this law acts like a reset button. You re-anchor. You remind yourself that nothing, no person, no opportunity defines you, especially not the things that deny you.
There's a confidence that comes with that. A coldness, too, but not cruelty, just clarity. Like, I don't need what doesn't want me, and I definitely won't glorify it.
And that shifts everything, because the world is watching your response. They're watching to see if you flinch, if you plead, if you spin. But when you stay silent, or better, indifferent, it unnerves them. They expect drama, but you give them distance. You give them nothing. And that nothing, it's louder than any reaction you could have given. It says, I'm not affected. I'm not competing. I've already moved on.
It's elegant, clean, powerful, and it teaches others how to treat you because people follow your lead. If you treat rejection like trash, they will too.
And that's the deeper beauty of this law. It's not about denial, it's about reframing value. You raise your standards by showing that not everything deserves your energy.
Let's ground this law in the real world. You're at work and you're passed up for a promotion. The instinct? To explain yourself, to prove you deserved it, maybe even to resent the one who got it.
But Law 40 tells you, don't spiral, don't beg, don't attach to what chose someone else. Despise it, strategically, not with anger, but with detachment.
And when you do that, you shift the focus. You protect your dignity. People see that you're unshaken, that you're already moving forward, that you choose yourself.
And that energy is magnetic. Ironically, the same people who overlooked you will wonder why you're so calm, why you didn't fight, and that makes them rethink your value.
That's the paradox. Indifference can create desire. When you stop chasing, you become the one they chase.
And it's not just professional. Think about dating. You like someone, they ghost you or lose interest. The average move? Question, overanalyze, seek closure.
But the power move? Withdraw. Not in bitterness, but in elegance. You say, if you can't see the value, I won't sell it.
Exactly, because closure is often just a disguised plea for validation, and power doesn't ask to be validated. It moves on and upgrades.
This law protects your time, your energy, and your emotional core. It teaches you to filter. If it resists you, let it go. If it devalues you, reject it first.
That rejection, when done with poise, becomes a boundary. It says, not everything gets access to me, and people respect that.
Even better, they mirror it. They start offering more just to stay in your orbit, because your silence says, I don't need this, and that scarcity increases your perceived worth.
But let's be clear, this isn't about arrogance. It's about emotional self-governance. You're not inflating your ego, you're protecting your focus.
Exactly. And when you protect your focus, you create space for better opportunities, ones that see your value without needing to be convinced.
So Law 40 isn't just about rejecting what you can't have. It's about refusing to invest energy in anything that doesn't reciprocate your power.
There's a quiet strength in letting go. Not because you gave up, but because you decided it's beneath your standard. That's where real power starts, within.
And this law is more about you than about them. It's not about punishing whoever said no. It's about not punishing yourself for being rejected.
Because chasing what denies you becomes a cycle of self-erasure. You start editing your behavior, your voice, your value, just to fit into something that didn't want you to begin with.
That's why Greene's advice is cold but clean. Despise what you cannot have. Don't idolize it. Don't internalize it. See it for what it is, a distraction from your path.
We're conditioned to equate rejection with deficiency, but what if rejection is just misalignment? What if it's redirection?
That's the reframing that keeps you powerful. Not why didn't I get it, but why would I keep wanting what doesn't value me back?
And here's the deeper cut. When you despise something that once held power over you, you break its emotional hold. You reclaim the mental real estate it occupied.
That's emotional liberation. It's how you stop negotiating your self-worth in someone else's currency.
And it's visible. People feel it when you're no longer chasing, when you're no longer emotionally available to their validation or rejection.
That's when your posture changes. Your energy, your tone, your presence all shift, and people notice that.
And they respond. Sometimes they return, offering what you once wanted. But now you're different. You see clearly. You choose, not from lack, but from strength.
That's what Law 40 gives you, sovereignty. You stop being pulled by external no's and start moving from internal yeses.
And ironically, the more you move from self-containment, the more the world adjusts to meet you, not the other way around.
It's not about pride, it's about clarity. And the more clearly you see what doesn't deserve you, the less time you waste trying to earn it.
So if there's one message this law drills into you, it's this. You don't have to chase what isn't yours. You can look at it, feel the loss, and walk anyway.
And in walking, you preserve your dignity, your energy, your focus. That's the core of power. Not control over others, but control over your response.
The world trains us to need external validation. Law 40 untrains you. It says, if it doesn't want you, don't want it back. Not out of spite, but out of clarity.
And from that clarity comes choice. You get to decide what matters, what stays, what deserves your presence.
And you become selective, not in arrogance, but in intention. You value yourself enough to say no to things that once thrilled you, because now they no longer align.
Rejection becomes redirection. Desire becomes discipline. And what once hurt becomes irrelevant.
That's transformation. You stop being moved by what denies you and start being moved by what aligns with you.
So when you feel that urge to explain yourself, to prove your worth, to chase what's slipping away, pause. Ask, does this deserve my pursuit or my indifference?
Because indifference is not the absence of care, it's the presence of self-worth. It's choosing to invest in what builds you, not in what drains you.
Next week, we go deeper into the architecture of control. Law 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. A law about legacy, identity, and why imitation is never power.
We'll explore why following in the footsteps of giants can crush you, and why carving your own path, even when harder, is the only route to true influence.
But for now, remember this. You don't need to prove you're worthy of what rejected you. You only need to remember you were never meant to serve it in the first place.
Despise what you cannot have, not to deny your humanity, but to protect your sovereignty.
And when you stop chasing what won't love you back, you make room for what will.